It's that time again. Hold on, wait. Okay, my mic was a little low. Hold on, let me try that again. It's that time again. Yes, sir. Whoa. Wait. There we go. Okay, now that the Beco word game is in its early access and you know, a couple rounds have been ran, I've got a list of problems that need to be fixed. Gotta stop the name box from emptying after a match. Gotta make it so it can actually count half correct letters. Graphic is broken. Long names cut off. Cut the amount of attempts. And add some shitty pay to win loot boxes, because everybody loves those. Nah. There's probably more, but that's all I could remember off the top of my head. Now, the counting half correct letters part is probably the most important one out of those. But it's also going to be the hardest, so that's why I'm doing it last. Because every other one is like relatively easy to fix. Okay, so first, let's fix the one where the name box empties. I believe all I gotta do is insert below. There should be a condition for on load complete. Put that like right down here. There we go. Set text to. Wait, which one was it again? The P1 name. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, not like that. Like that. Without the quotation marks. Okay. So now that should hopefully fix it. Name. I I mean, you can for some of them. The changes won't apply on your end yet, because I'd have to like re-upload the game. But it should still trigger on my end, so I can see if it's actually fixed. Actually, hold on. Let me do it with a custom theme. Because that should tell me if it works. Busy right now? Alright, hold on. I'll test this with my phone then. Hold on. itch.io. Vico word game. And just insert fake words. Mm. Yeah, just like put in some BS. Okay, so it'd be that. Okay, so it's still not working. What if I did it like this? Sub event just so I can make this an ore block. Wait, no, because then I'd have to make every super name like this. It's going off a name input.txt. Yes, I'm leaking names for names. I don't care. Real ones know I already did this, just not on stream. Okay, so it's going off of name input.txt. But what about P1 name? Use the bubbles to obliterate the bugs? You know what? You're right. Hold on. Just like get it in position, right? Yeah, hold still for just a moment. Yeah, how you like that one? I think they're still here. Bubbles ain't work. Make GTA 6 appear on screen? Hey, well, that's what the bubbles do. Okay, every bubble contains a copy of GTA 6, personalized. Okay. So if... Oh shit, I guess I already tried this? Wait, no. That's the one I just did. Why don't I just do this? Take this out. Gone. My bricks and things, whatever. Compare two values. First value, you one named. name input dot text. If those two are not equal to each other, then set p1 name to name input dot text. And then we go over here and change all of the naming stuff to p1 name instead of name input dot text. Not the hardest thing in the world. You know, funniest thing about making the Easter egg names is the fact that, like, the checks that I run to check whether or not you got an Easter egg name, they're case sensitive. So I gotta make a check for, like, if it's capitalized, one for if it's not capitalized. You know, one if you only put part of the name. Because sometimes people do want to abbreviate it, you know. Like, these are all individual checks. Name. Yeah, I know, right? Some people just be like asking for too much. No names though. Nah, I'm playing. Nah, cause like you ain't even asked for this. I just did it for the funny. Alright, that's all good. Now let's see if I broke everything. See. I'm gonna say blind. Give me blind. Oh yeah, we love blind. You know, well, the coolest part of debug mode is I can just cheat. Because I had the word right here. it ends right here. No, it's a B. That's weird. Now I got rid of my name. And it got rid of the name box. Like, there's literally nothing telling it to get rid of the name box. Acting like you weren't winning. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so the name input is there. Like, it wasn't destroyed. It's just not visible. Yeah, it's forcibly making the name input invisible for some reason. That's mad weird. Well, let me see if I can find what's doing that, because nothing should be making it invisible. Oh, that's for if you're logged into the signaling server, so it never logged out. Okay. Which means I gotta make it log out, which isn't too hard. Okay, so where's the bit I'm looking for? Looking for a specific part to like tie it into. Find all references. I just found the PC chat feature. Nice. Oh yeah, speaking of chat, I've decided this is gonna be my last stream on Streamlabs. Okay, I'll be up tonight. You know, trying to like graft everything on over to OBS. And tomorrow's stream will be on OBS. Some things might be missing, but whatever. many Easter eggs are you planning? Uh, I mean, I don't really have a number in mind. I just figured I'd add them as I got the idea. Like, if I got a cool idea for one, I'd just throw it in for the funny. See how many we end up with. I'll have to make a new condition for this. Yeah, Billboard Boy is among the features who I'm not sure is gonna make it. We can pray though. So I'll find a way. Another one that might not make it is, what was it? Oh yeah, the little green screen effects. Because that's also from, you know, a Streamlabs plugin. Hey, blame Streamlabs, okay? They're the ones that wanted to juice their prices. That's funny. I was looking into it last night. Looking into, like, canceling my subscription. And they got, like, 3 different pages to try and stop you from canceling. They tried to tell me, oh, you still got a free t-shirt to redeem. I'm like, dude, I don't care. I could probably get, like, 3 t-shirts with the money I save from, you know, removing y'all's service. Yeah, because they do this stupid little incentive thing to try and keep you on. Right, where is it? Yeah, the All-Star program. They, like, reward you for staying on for a long time by giving you these points, and you go up tiers. So you get, like, coupons and giveaway entries. There's a t-shirt that I can redeem. I don't really care for the t-shirt. I mean, seriously, nobody on the planet is gonna see this t-shirt and think about streaming or Streamlabs. That's just a star. Like, duh. Oh wow, I can redeem this Streamlabs hat. Yippee. Like, bro. I do not care. So yeah, officially cutting all that off tonight. If we want a hat, oh, I can make a hat, okay? Once I get set up with the different, merch provider, I can make a hat. It'll probably be cooler than their hat, because their hat's just got words on it. Okay. So what was I thinking about doing again? Oh yeah, here. Insert below. We'll have the aura though. One way to find out. Acquire the hat and like strike a dramatic pose. So if layer 1 is visible, that's the menu. And let's see, compare to values. I'm gonna say button match. Button match.count. If button match.count is equal to 1, and button ranked, let him dance for a little bit. He deserves this. Okay. This is equal to 0. And go over here. Oh, no, not the 11. Go over here, yeah. Now that I think about it, I'm like way overcomplicating this. Bang. Delete. All I have to do is... Where's the back button? Okay, that disconnects you from the signaling server. Go over here, find all references. Make this also disconnect you from the signaling server. Disconnect from everything, really. Okay, so now let's try this again. Let's go. I'm gonna say beach ball. Give me a beach ball. Is this dude just a regular name? Beach ball is one of my favorites. And you can like drag them too. Why am I being pink? Um. Okay, what's the word? Game, show me the word. Let me cheat. Broom. Cool. Okay, now the text box doesn't disappear. Which means we're like halfway there to fixing it. Now. Well, I think I might have accidentally found an exploit. Hold on. Beach ball. Okay, so first I gotta make myself lose the game. So what's the right word? Read. So I'm gonna make the other person completely kick my ass. Okay, we lost. Now, I'm gonna do that. You what? Oh wait, okay. It resolved itself, thankfully. I got scared because I thought it... Wait, what? But... Huh? I'm confused. Why is it literally right below the backspace button? Dexterity check. Okay, I'm gonna make multiple of these. So this one's gonna trigger if layer 1 is visible. Actually, why don't I just make sub events, honestly? Programming is a cruel cycle of finding out the thing that I did 30 seconds ago is stupid as hell. And that there's a much better way to do it. Just... Okay. Now... where's the thing I'm looking for? Player 1 name. The sprite font, not the value. Okay, so if the player 1 name value is not equal to the name input or P1 name text contents, then do one of these depending on which layer is visible. Set text to P1 name. And do the same with the name input box. And now maybe that'll fix it. One way to find out. Will it blend? Okay, what kind of name? What kind of word is penal, bro? Okay, it just flipped me through every background. Oh, I guess I'm on the yellow background now. I don't know why I did that, but whatever. We got the ultra rare yellow beach ball combo. Yellow X beach ball X default, apparently. Okay, so this did stay the same. The only thing that broke was the backgrounds. Which, I mean, there is a simple fix. Yeah, all we gotta do is make it strangle the background. Alright, menu BG. Stop. Just make it stop. There we go. Now when it automatically changes the names, it will put the background animations into a chokehold. I'm still yellow for some reason. There we go. Okay, so we got beach ball. Let's see if we turn yellow again. And like it's a bad thing? Because we got beach balls and you're not allowed to have beach balls and be yellow at the same time. Okay, that'd be too much power in one spot. It'd break the game. What the hell? Okay, it really wants me to be yellow. I'm sorry, what? And then it sent me back to... Huh? and it's not doing it again. Strange happenings, honestly. I guess that's another bug for the list. Somehow winning in the menu. Yeah, like of all the things to break, I didn't expect it to be this. It's a little weird. Spire. Solid. Yeah. Okay, this one's kind of funny. Wait. Okay, I found another bug, but this one actually doesn't do anything. It's just there. So basically, I don't know if you can see that. If you sit long enough at the you lose screen after the other dude disconnects, it'll tell you you won. Like, it'll get rid of the you lost and say you won, but it won't act like you won. It'll just say you won. Like, your elo is still gonna be 0. Or your elo is still gonna be down. That's kind of funny. Wait. Got the participation trophy. Longest spent how much passion up in the game? I mean, it's my first working multiplayer game. It's bound to be mad shaky. Like, I was expecting it to break in a lot of places. I just wasn't expecting that specifically to break. do I fix this? You know, it's like imagine turning on your toaster and your fridge starts shorting out. You know, you just don't see it coming. You'd expect the toaster to break, not the fridge. That's kind of what it's like. And dog is sleeping like right behind them under. I guess I could say, wait, because we're using layers 0 and 1, but we aren't referencing 2. We could reference 2. Ooh, that's an idea. Okay. Insert below, if layer 2 is visible. Put that right down here. If layer 2 is visible, layer 2 is this screen. Right here, the UN part. That's like the only reason layer 2 exists. Alright, so if layer 2 is visible, then forcibly reset these bits, these drones. Set frame 0. Set frame 0. Yeah, Streamlabs trying to tell me about how their merch editor just got an upgrade. I don't care. Okay, that should probably still ask. Like, almost every Streamlabs editor is janky as hell. Like, one time I tried using that, Streamlabs provided video editor. And oh my god, that thing was horrible. Okay, you'd at most get like a high school quality, or not even high school quality, middle school project quality video editor. Shit was some ass. Like, I would say it's like the MS Paint of video editors, but that'd be disrespectful to MS Paint because you can actually make something good on there. Why are you cooking them? Yo, you drop a shitty product, you're gonna get shitty reviews, okay? Okay, them putting that shitty ass editor on the internet is like somebody putting a portageon on Yelp. Okay, nobody wants to visit that. Okay, yeah, traffic is broke. These are supposed to be moving. Yeah, when you put in traffic, the cars like move from one side of the screen to the other at variable speeds. And they're green for an amazing reason. That being because I thought it was funny. Yeah, why are they sitting still? Oh, it worked. Ooh, it worked. Okay, nice. You bombs are expensive. And the market for those in my area is not very large. Alright. Take this off the list. Don't know what's up with this. I think I can fix that by just going down here. On where's the set layer 2 to visible? Here. So if I just go over here, P1 score, and go set P1 score to 0 space dash. That should stop the trigger from happening. While I'm at it, do the same with P2 score. Wait, what? That's way wrong. That's all sorts of wrong. Hold on. I almost made it so it started giving points to somebody who doesn't exist. Oh no, that won't fix it because that's already doing that down here. Okay, let's add another trigger. Doing more layer BS. Hold on. If layer 1 is not visible, then do it. Let's do 2 and 1 too. Where's traffic? Okay. Insert below. Car. If car speed equals 0, then do this. That should be 2 bugs fixed in 1, hopefully. There we go. Now that's what I'm looking for. They're migrating. Pygmy, weird ass word. You know what's crazy? Is Wordle only has like a percentage of the English language's 5-letter words. Like, not even half of them. Yo, imagine we had all of them. Nah, because then they'd probably be pulling out with some bullshit. Let's not. Not to mention, it'd probably make the file size a little bigger. And spawning the cars back in. There we go. Oh wait, go back in here. And it didn't give us a win. Okay. Let's move this down here. Because we plan to do it last. Long names cut off. Should be able to fix that, yeah. So the max character size is what? Or not character size, name size. 15 characters. Which means this right here can only go to 15 characters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it's cutting off 6 letters. Let's make a solution for this. By going over here to player one name. Wait, how do I check the amount of characters? Google, help me out here. Construct 3 how to characters a text element. Oh, right, the length expression. I forgot about that part. Thanks, Google. Length. Player 1 name. I forgot the bracket. You son of a bitch. Hold on. Text. What do you mean oh, wait. On compare two values. First value, that. Second value, 9. If the amount of characters in a person's name is greater than or equal to 9, then set the scale to... Yeah, what's the highest we can make it where it'll show all 15 characters? 5, 10, 15... 120? Yeah, 120 is all 15. Okay. So if this has all that, set the... Which element am I looking for again? Scale. Scale. Okay. Set scale to 122. Can I not just make it like 20%? I really gotta make it like that. Okay, that's annoying. And if that's less than 9, then set it back to 200. And then we just repeat this over here for the other guy. If player 2 has a long ass name, okay. Now I'm about to head into ranked against RD Sand. Okay, it is there, just kind of small. which is exactly what we wanted. Okay, let's close that a lot. Long names cut off is done. Yeah, we've been fixing a lot today. And we're only like halfway through. I mean, that's gonna change once we get to this one right here. Because once we get to that, that's gonna take a good minute. To make it count half correct letters. Because I don't know how I'd do that, honestly. Because I feel like all I gotta do for this is just bang. And then reduce that by 2. Construct's been open for 2 hours. Thanks, Construct. I'm awake. Reduce that to 5. I'm not gonna make any changes to practice mode. It can just be a ranked thing. This practice mode is supposed to be a bit easier. Okay, I can't really pull up the other client to test that, so I'm just gonna say that worked. Bang. Now, the final one at the moment. It cannot count HC letters, half correct letters. I'm kind of surprised I got all those in one sitting, honestly. I thought that'd take a bit longer. This one's gonna kick my ass up. God damn it, now I gotta change this. I don't know why that one was open. Whatever. Alright. New group. I'm gonna call it Count the Letters. Very descriptive on the notes. Put that right here. I said, put that right here. Thank you. Now I gotta look at the array expressions first, because I gotta, like, think of a plan of attack. For how I do this. I just remove all double letter words. I mean, that'd be the easy way out. And while I do love taking the easy way out, I love cutting corners. That would drop the skill ceiling a bit too low. Okay, deducing double letters is part of the game. Low-key my fault for not, like, doing this sooner. Okay, so here's my current idea. My current idea is it's gonna read all 5 letters and if one repeats, like, okay, say the word is apple. For all 5 letters, I'm gonna make it run a check to see if it's the only one. So, like, it's gonna see the A, it's gonna check the word. If there's only one A, it'll get the pass. But once it gets to the P, it's gonna loop through and find 2 P's. That's how I'm gonna make it count. I don't know how hard that's gonna be, but hey, best I can think of. Okay, so I'm gonna say compare XY. Which one did I put for the characters again? Okay. God, it's been a minute since I've looked at this part. Like, I know I made this, but it still looks kind of confusing. See, this is why more experienced programmers put, like, comments on their, like, functions. I've got hardly any comments in this. To be fair, that's because construct comments are kind of annoying. Because for some reason they made the default comment color gray on an already gray background. So you gotta like manually change it every time. It's so annoying. Yeah, I know how to get the information I want. All I gotta do is run up a game in debug mode. That'll show me. Because I have the array right here. Okay, so the word that you're attempting to type in on the array would fall under Y0x1 to 5. While the correct word falls under Y1x1 to 5. Okay. I didn't even have to start up a match for it. Yeah, programming really does sound like a whole bunch of nonsense. Like, it makes a little bit of sense when you're writing it down, but then you say it out loud, and it sounds like you're trying to cast a ritual or something. And saying some bullshit. Alright. Alright. If x1 y0 is equal to array dot at I'll say 2. Zero. I'll put that backwards. There we go. Do that like 4 times. Okay, x1 equal to 3, 0. 4, 0. Let me like pull out the paint. Okay. Where's my shape tool? Alright, so this is the array. Alright, it's got 5 columns, 2 rows. Well, okay, technically it has unlimited columns and unlimited rows, but we're only using 5 columns and 2 rows. Whatever. Right here is the correct word on the upper one. And the lower one is the word that you've put in. So how we're having a count is it's gonna look at... Oh, why does middle click do that? Oh, that's weird. Anyways. We're gonna have it only look at the bottom one at the beginning. And let's use Apple for the example again. Can I, like, increase my brush size, please? Thank you. Okay, that's a little too thick. Give me, like, a smooth 6 pixels. Yeah. Yeah, so, like, completely ignoring the top one with the correct word. It's gonna look at the first word and go down the line. Or, not word, letter. First letter, go down the line, compare them all one by one. And what it's confirmed that, you know, A doesn't repeat. Cool. But now we get to P, the one that does repeat. Okay, I'll check with A, not repeating, but then we'll see the other P. It's gonna flag a variable. So there will only be one half correct one that can be turned on by A. But now, because the variable's been flagged, the letter P can have 2 half correct markers instead of the 1. I know this sounds like a long drawn out process for it to, like, check that way, but trust me, it'll happen in, like, less than 1/10 of a second. Yeah, so that's basically how it's gonna work. Just move that over there. do in the meantime of that 10th of a second, type in your word. Four. And lastly, the check for 5. Okay, then I'm gonna make a variable appear. That's gonna say letter one now that I think about it, I can't make it ignore the top one. I kind of have to make it look at the top one. Otherwise, it won't know which ones to make half correct. It's whatever. We'll get there when we get there. Okay. Words and programming. Letter count 1. Cool. Initial value, I'm gonna say 1. See, you get it. Part of the creative process. Watching shit display itself. Okay, so if it has to look at the actual correct word, I can just do this, right? Wait, no, okay. I got the right idea, wrong execution. All I gotta do is, like, flip these two things around. Just flip them around. That's all I gotta do. Just, like, take all the yapping I said about the bottom layer and apply it to the top. What's next on my dev list? Oh yeah, the next thing on my dev list is the game show, right? Yeah, the Biko game show is my highest priority project. There's only one reason why I put this over the game show though. That's because the Biko word game was actually really good practice for multiplayer. Because like I said, I had never successfully made a multiplayer game before this. And I have to know how to make multiplayer to make the game show. So yeah, after the Biko word game is all done, wrapped up in a bow, added all the Easter eggs I wanted, and casual mode and all that. Then we're jumping right on the Biko game show. Not doing the game show until I get practice mode, or not practice mode, casual mode done though. That's also a really important thing I gotta learn. Okay, that's the first letter check's good. Yeah, the Biko game show, that's gonna be like my magnum opus for real. Or at least until I get another project that I'm even more passionate about. Yeah, I don't know which one I'm gonna try harder for, the Biko game show or the platform fighter. Because they did also want to make a platform fighter. I feel like I'm gonna want the game show more, but the platform fighter is gonna be more fun to make. Yeah. Because with a platform fighter, I get to mess with physics. I've actually already tried. Well, this was like years ago, but I've actually already tried to make, you know, a platform fighter physics system where it like hits you when you get launched. And like I was mostly successful with it, I guess. It was just a touch janky, which pissed me off. But like aside from that, it was mostly accurate. Yeah, I could probably make it better now. Did I mess with physics arrow? I see. They banned me from playing with physics after I started splitting atoms. Okay, if I start doing it again, you know, they're gonna get me. A trigger once while true? Yeah, we need that trigger once condition, because if we don't add the stipulation that it can only go once, then it'll pretend that a word has unlimited numbers. Or not numbers, letters. You know, they are gonna get me. They/them are going to hit me with the sister location scooper. Never. They had to get another they them because last time I last time they sent Chris after me, I put him in a cutscene and they couldn't do anything about it. Like they were just stuck after I started the cutscene. Gotta exploit that weakness for real. Wait a second. I can get rid of like a third, maybe 2/3 of these checks. Now I think about it. I know the Fun Gang is some ass. Like, they got bailed out against King. They got bailed out against Queen. Chris almost got packed up against, well, packed up by Spampton. Like, they did technically win against Tenna, but they didn't actually, like, beat him. They just won the game that he made. You know, Tenna made his battle a game, and they won it. Let's see, they got bailed out against the Titan in Chapter 4. And they all lost to Flowery too. So the win rate is in the gutter, honestly. Yeah, no, I feel like, you know, if it were in a cutscene so the soul couldn't interfere, then Birdly would 100% solo the Fun Gang. The Chapter 2 Fun Gang, of course. I don't know if he's up to par with the Chapter 5 Fun Gang, but Chapter 2 Fun Gang, definitely. And Noelle, I don't even have to speak on Noelle. Like, we all know Noelle is correct. Like, Noelle is goated. Okay, got rid of those. A temporary stalemate that they had to get bailed out from. Like, not only did they get bailed out of the stalemate, it wasn't gonna stay a stalemate because the Titan wasn't gonna run out of energy. They were really just like fending it off until Gerson got there. Yeah. Thousands of damage to break its disposable shield. I'm not giving the Fun Gang that win. Because like every other fight, they got bailed. Because they couldn't do real damage to the Titan itself, because it was just, you know, out healing them. They got bailed out on both Queen fights. On the first Queen fight, they got bailed out by Birdly helping intimidate Queen away. And on the second Queen fight, they got bailed out by everybody coming together to help them make a mech. So every one check is good. 2 should have 3 checks. Which projectile are we talking about? giant scissors. Are you talking about when Susie got that shit thrown at her? And Rouse fire blasted it? A platformer section, okay. Not ringing bells. Oh. When Rouse blasted away with fire. I thought that was one of the shurikens from a shinobi. You know, the ones in the background that were throwing the shurikens into the foreground? I thought it was one of those. I don't know, I could be wrong. And like, him blasting away the giant shuriken was cool, but like, that's just him blocking a side character's attack. I mean, it did look cool. So 5-1. I think both of these are staying. Wait, no, not this one. That one can go. Okay, now this has been completely shaved down. I mean, Okay, yeah, he did completely destroy the shuriken. But I don't know. I don't know what the right way to say this is. Like, the shurikens are an attack from random ass beetles who are, just like everything else around them, susceptible to fire. And we have seen projectiles destroyed before with the Spamton heads. Whole different soul mode. Yeah, and the fire thing was a whole spell. And only one of those takes TP. Okay, so if this is true, yeah, the phone gang master frauds. Okay, like I'm not saying that real hatefully because I do like the Fun Gang. They just ain't the best fighters. Yeah, I feel like they have better things to do outside of the ring. They do training? Yeah, they 100% do. I can agree with that. They 100% certainly need training. Too bad they don't really have much time for that, considering they're trying to stop the apocalypse. You know, real bad timing. See, they could be goaded if they were given a little bit more time, you know? Give them a little time to prepare. You know, instead of being thrust into a dark world or two every single day. What's Rousey's excuse for not being stronger? Uh, they call it being a pussy. Okay, dude wrote like a whole book about how to win battles without fighting. So I can only assume, like, those years that you spent, you never had more than... Actually, no, I don't think he battled much at all. He probably never thought he'd have to fight like that. Oh, actually, no. No, that's a lie, because he's seen the prophecy, so he would have to know. Like, so if he knew he had to fight via the prophecy, because, like, surely the prophecy would say he had to fight, considering, you know, it talks about smaller details like Jockington having a beard. So, like, even if he was uncomfortable fighting, he should have been doing it anyways. Because he knew he would have had to fight at some point. Hell, he didn't even have to fight actual dudes. Like, he had dummies. Like, he knew how to make dummies, he could have fought those too. If he didn't want to fight actual dudes. Yo, Rousey's just selling. Because, like, he knows how the story goes. So he knows how important this is. He just didn't. Yeah, he's so annoying for that. Hell, like, he didn't even have to fight. He could have just practiced healing. Nah, because, like, Susie's only known healing magic for, what, like, a day or two? And she's already, like, getting there in terms of, you know, healing power. Which means Rouse could have probably been way better at healing if he had just practiced. Yo, he didn't try for shit. Yo. That boy Rouse gotta be a certified dunce cap crusader. I don't know. Bro. Yeah, Rouse got... Yo, Rouse got the worst HP, the worst attack. And he very clearly didn't practice his spells as much as he could have. He spent all them years, like, bumming around the castle by himself. All that time, like, in front of a mirror practicing his speech. That's it. And, like, writing his book. Didn't even acquire drip. Yo. Like, I don't even know what he was doing. Okay, so letter count. Let me test if this works. Go into debug mode. Turn off traffic. Just name. on. Layers visible. Not one. Layer 0 is visible, yeah. Just like put all of those under layer 0 being visible. Oh wait, okay, we got a double letter word. But it's bugging. Cause okay, I got the count for 3 and 4 correct. It's only one O and one R. But for some reason, it thinks there's 2 G's. And 3 A's. I got an idea, but I need to check the dictionary. I need to know if there's a triple letter word. Actually, I'm just gonna ask Google, because I don't feel like reading all this. All 200 or 2,348 words. Okay, so there are words with 3 repeating letters. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. I'll be back in a minute. I gotta hit the bathroom. Okay. Not gonna lie, taking a little bit longer. Just so I could eat this Uncrustables. So once we get this part fixed, are we on the practice sheet? Yeah, once we get this part fixed, we should be solid. That'll be the first patch done. Okay. I'll pull my phone back out just so I can do this. Here. Now, what's the word? Greedy. Okay, we got a double. Why is 5 flagging? Okay, hold on. Okay. So, yeah, it should be 1 2 2 1 1, which means it's one between 2 and 5. The 2 and 5 one inappropriately flagged. Mm. What's 2 and 5 inappropriately flagged? What if it's going off the wrong time? You know, doing a bad check. Quantity check. There we go. On signal quantity check. Do the letter count. Okay, but where's the bit that uh that refreshes it. Find all references. Okay, so what we want to do is signal right here. Signal quantity check. Right there. Yeah, that's part of the practice sheet. Okay, let's pull that away. Okay, that's not a good one, huh? What about here? Tooth, okay. Tooth has a double letter. Are we serious? Why is it 2 and 5 that keeps bugging out? Like, specifically 2 and 5. Also, what? Why have we still got 7 tries? UV, okay. 2 and 5 are just constantly firing. Like, this is... This is 2-1. This is 2-5. But they're clearly not the same thing. I don't know, but looking at the time, there's something I gotta go do. Sorry, chat. But aside from this final feature being a struggle, I'd say we did pretty good today. You know, we fixed a whole lot of bugs. And all we're missing now is this feature. So, I'm calling it. This is Bman. No longer doing an internet. I'll see you next time. Have a great night. Yep.